Hi, this is Imran Ahmed, and here in this video, I'm just going to share with you a very powerful study tip. This one study tip can help you in passing your exams easily and without much effort. Okay, this has been approved by university's top professors and also by psychologists as well. So please do not ignore it. It's very powerful technique. And okay, what is this technique called? This is called active recall system. Okay, what is active recall system? Active recall system is a system when you're retrieving information from your own brain. So I will go into detail of this one, but please remember to check the description, because in the description I have given all the details about the research which has been done about this technique, which is active recall system. Okay, the most of the students, what they do when they're preparing themselves for the exams, they will read the whole chapter and then they will start highlighting the thing, with a green color pen, with a blue color, with a yellow color. So this study says that this is not a powerful technique, right? So this is not the best technique. Second technique which most of the students use is what they do, they will read the whole chapter and they will start taking the notes. So this is also not very powerful technique as well. That's what this study says. Third technique which most of the students use is, they will read the whole text and then they'll read over again, then they'll read it again. So this is not a powerful technique. It is okay, but it's not the best one. And the fourth technique, which is very popular, is students, they will read the whole text and they will start underlining, the things. So this is this, or summarizing as well. Summarizing or underlining the important information is also not very powerful. So what is the powerful thing? So remember, when it comes to study tips, the most important study tip is active recall system. This has been backed up by, please remember, top university professors and also by psychologists as well. And I have given the evidence in the description. Please remember to check that description. Okay, before I go into the detail of the active recall system, as you know that I help students in writing a book. So if you want to become an author of a book within 21 days, I've given the link to that videos where I've uploaded the full course about how you can become an author of a book within 21 days. And also, if you want to have a very successful life, I have given the link of that video as well in the description. So please remember to check that link as well. Okay, now coming back to the active recall system. Okay, now I'm going to share with you a very interesting research. This research was conducted by Professor Dunlosky and his team of professors in the university. So what they did back in year 2013, they conducted this research. They analyzed different papers written about the study tips. And after analyzing those papers, they discovered that the most effective method of study is active recall again. And the second most effective method of study is practice papers. So, so this is how you can imagine that active recall method, how important it is. Okay, this one, if I've got a book here, it's called GCSE Total Recall System. It's written by Dr. Chen. Dr. Chen, I'm sure you have heard of his name. He's quite popular. So he has written this book, how you can prepare yourself for GCSE exam by using the active recall system. Okay, again, total recall system. This is exactly the same thing, what they have discovered. Okay, similar type of research was conducted back in year 1939 as well. So in 1939, what professors did, they put students in different groups. Students who used to use different method of study. Some students, they use highlighting method, some students, they use rereading method, some students, they use notes taking method, and some students, which is very popular, they like to write summaries. So what they did, they put all of them in different groups, and the students who use active recall method in a separate group, and then they were given a task. And after the task or after that exam, when the results came out, those professors, they realized the students who were using the active recall method, they were performing better. Their scores were 30 times better than the students who were using like highlighting method or rereading method or other methods. So similar type of research was conducted once again in year 2010. And remember, I have given the link of all these researches here in the description. So please remember to read them. In year 2010, again they put students in different groups. students who used to use different types of techniques to prepare themselves for the exams. And what they discovered in year 2010, that again, that the students who were using active recall system, they are the one who performed really good. You know what I will recommend you once again, I will say that, you know, if you can get hold of this book, this is quite good book. It's called Active Recall System. You know, once you will read it, this is all about that. You know, it's not about GCSE only, please don't get confused. It's much more than that. You know, but here they are just emphasizing about GCSE level. So what it is, you know, once you know the active recall system, once you learn this method, you can memorize anything. You can memorize, you know, even graphs, you can memorize even tables, you can memorize even shapes as well. So this is very powerful. I will recommend you, if you can get hold of this book, definitely get it. So because if you type Dr. Chen's name on Google, I'm sure you'll find this book. So active recall system is actually mind-blowing, especially, you know, these researches which have been conducted by so many university professors over the period of time. You know, this is actually very effective. So I will highly recommend you, please, if you haven't changed your strategy yet, please change your strategy from study strategy from any other strategy to active recall strategy. So now I'm going to explain you what is active recall system. Okay, now I'm going to go into the detail of active recall system. You know, active recall system is not like a rocket science. It's just about retrieving information from your own brain. So what you have to do is, for example, if you are preparing yourself for the exam, if you read a chapter, so what you have to do, or even a passage, or even one page as well. So what you have to do, you just close your book and then start writing about like what you have read. You know, try to retrieve the information from your brain and start writing it down. And then what you have to do, then open the book and then see what information you have missed. For example, if there were 10 points in one page, then you will realize that, oh, you have missed 4 of them, or maybe you have missed 3 of them. So then look back to those points and then close the book again and then do it. This is a very powerful technique. This is one of the techniques of active recall system. You know, when it comes to the complex information, you know, very difficult information, what I will recommend you all to use Anki. You know what is Anki? Remember, this is technique number 2, which I have used and I have been using it for quite a while. I still use it. There's an app or a website called Anki, A-N-K-I. I will give you the link of this one in the description as well. So you can download it. What it is like a flashcard, right? So if you are reading complex information, for example, it is a scientific information or biology or chemistry, and you think that you will forget it, what you can do, you can start creating your own flashcards there. And and you know, the best thing about Anki is, so you can write them, and on the back side of the flashcard, you can write like, where did you get this information from? So, you know, the references and everything. So then you can mark them like medium, very difficult, or easy one, right? So for example, if you mark them difficult, so what will happen? Those flashcards will appear again and again on your computer, and then you can just go over them. So this way you will not forget, and you can read them and then try to recall the information. So this is very powerful technique which is being used mainly by the medical students. You know, in medicines the studies are quite tough. So, and that's quite a lot as well. They need to memorize so much stuff. So medical students, they generally use this app. Please remember, this app is on web. It is free, but for the app, if you go for the app version on the phone, iOS version, I mean, then maybe you have to pay a little bit. But this is very powerful. I will highly recommend you to download it, because this can change your study pattern, and you know, you can improve your grades in the exam. Okay, the third technique, this is again active recall system. You know, when you go for the lecture, or you go to the school or college or A-levels, university, whatever course you are doing, so instead of taking the notes like what teacher is saying, start writing your own questions about that topic. You know, start writing your own questions. So what will happen at the end of the lecture or at the end of the lesson, when your teacher or your professor, they will give you the material to read, or they will give you the links to the material to read, then it will be very easy for you to answer those questions. So you can develop your own list of like 100 questions about that topic, and then you can start answering. So this is one of the technique which I have used when I was in university, and this way it helps me in recalling the information and memorizing the information. Then I can guess like, oh, what teacher was teaching in the class, or then I can guess what the professor was teaching in the university. So you can just use the same information. So this is also very powerful, and I will highly recommend you to use this technique. Hope you like the active recall system. Please use active recall system. It has been approved by psychologists, even the university professors as well, and lots of students all over the world, they are using this method, active recall. And again, I will recommend you, if you are still worried about your memory and you think you can't remember the thing, then I will recommend you, please get this book. This book will help you in memorizing this thing, and this is all about total recall system as well, and this is not just about GCSE level. Trust me, it is much more than that. So definitely get this book, it will help you. Hope you like this video. Please, if you like it, please press the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please press the subscribe button. And thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you, bye.